So we're with Dr. Lars Börger from Neste. Good to see you again, Lars. You were here last year. You created quite a stir when you talked about bio-PP and the work you were doing with IKEA, I think. How's it going?
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here, and thank you. Also good to meet you again. It's going very well, I would say. Pretty happy to announce that we've been doing really together with our partner Lars, the first ever bio-based polypropylene production this year, actually, on a large scale, pretty industrial. So the material is in the market and it's moving.
Are you their only customer?
Actually, we are supplying feedstock which is sustainable and renewable, and work with Lars to produce it. And then there's many downstream customers actually, which well, we have been working with IKEA, that's known. There is also, for example, Cofresco Melita Group, which is a customer of that, and there's plenty of others, not all of them to be disclosed.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, I mistakenly said customer. What I really meant was
supplier.
Yeah, I did, and it's Braskem, I presume, who's supplying the feedstock. Yeah.
No, it's actually ourselves.
It's yourselves.
We are the feedstock provider.
I beg your pardon. Okay.
So Braskem is doing the bio-based polyethylene based on sugars.
Right.
And we are from a totally different angle. We are coming mostly from fat and oil, and that is mostly from waste and residues. For example, used cooking oil is one of the sources we have. Okay. So a totally different thing, but in the end, we are providing some sustainable, renewable hydrocarbons, which can then be used as drop-ins for plastics production.
Gotcha. How much? What volume is IKEA taking from you each year?
I can't say that at all.
Okay. What volume are you able to put onto the market each year?
It's also a not disclosed number, but it's many thousand tons, a huge number, so that we can call it industrial scale.
Okay, there's no ceiling to this. It's presumably market driven.
Exactly, that's exactly right. Because it is a drop-in solution, the normal capacities are the theoretical limit. Obviously, the real limit is due to market acceptance because it comes at a premium.
IKEA is the only take-up so far, is that right? You talked about other customers downstream.
There is other customers. One of the examples which we can name is Cofresco Melita Group, which is using it for household films. That is one of the examples. The other examples are coming from different industries, all across consumer goods, automotive and so on, but we can't disclose the names.
Is anybody using it for packaging?
Yes.
IKEA or another?
I can really not disclose the others because it's under secrecy, but maybe the underlying question, yes, it can be used in food contact in all applications. That's the beauty of this drop-in solution, so you don't have to worry about this. Also medical is possible. Very
good. So although we can't name the names, it is out there being used as a drop-in alternative to PP packaging solutions in the food sector and in pharmaceuticals, medicals.
Correct.
Very good. How are you building awareness to it as a sustainable alternative to a fossil fuel solution?
Well, one obviously successful version is to do presentations here. That's one of those. But the other one is really that there is such high demand and interest from the brand owner specifically that literally we get called. That's a beauty. So we don't have to do very much. But of course, beside that, we are present elsewhere and just talk about it. Because something which people search for, a solution which can be used today. And we don't have to wait for a technology down the road. That's important.
You talked about industrial volumes and scale we were talking about. So I'm going to ask you the obvious question, and that's cost related. It's got to be more expensive, presumably, than what's out there from the fossil community. How much so, percentage points?
Also, that is something because we are only the feedstock provider, so the price is fixed by our production partner. So I can talk about it. On the feedstock level, it is substantially higher, so it's rather multiple than it is percentages.
Are we talking double-digit higher?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it depends very much. It depends on the downstream. So as you basically get the same material as you have, but from sustainable source, The feedstock is diluted, the cost is diluted throughout the value chain.
Okay. Is anybody else in the game apart from you?
Well, in this, very important to mention, this is really bio-based, so it's not mass balanced. In this part, there's not aware of players. I mean, we talked about Braskem as a bio-PE producer, obviously. But beside that, I'm not aware that others are following the same approach. Although, obviously, you hear a lot about mass balancing, which is different from that.
Having the field to yourself sounds, on the face of it, quite an attractive proposition, but actually, I guess it would be equally as good if there were some other people in there building volume.
Absolutely. I mean, we are welcoming that. I think it's a whole movement. We want to make the whole thing circular. Our actual value proposition is don't, like we heard this morning, stop fossil carbon usage. So keep the carbon circulating as much as possible. For that, this can only be a game of cooperation along the value chain. And also other companies, of course, would be good. The more volume there is, the better it gets. And also it's important to prove to politicians that there is a solution.
I sometimes think that the only way you're going to stop fossil is to literally blockade the Gulf of Hormuz and actually cut off the supply of oil. Do you think persuasion is actually going to win the day in the end, or is it going to be something a bit more drastic?
Hard to speculate on that, but I would say the pressure on society to do something real against climate change is obviously there. So, and that is of course important for the transportation sector, but it's also the energy sector, but also important for the material sector. So there is no alternative to find different sources for carbon. So how this pressure of society will then, let's say, result in laws, so we will see. But the pressure is very high, and we see that the demand is there as well.
Lars, you're fighting a noble cause. It's good to talk to you. Good luck. Thank you. We'll watch with interest. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.